Right guys, I guess it's time to deal with the channel once again, but this time it seems someone's actually done the right thing by returning these boats back to France. Naturally, it wasn't the UK Border Force who did this, or even the French Navy, no. It was a Channel ferry that stopped to pick up these migrants and return them to France because their boat was sinking. Yes, Priti Patel might want to take a leaf out of their book after this one. It's not hard after all, is it? You just take them back and dump them in a port or on the beach. At the end of the day, the French leave them to float over here, so maritime and international law don't matter as the French are clearly breaking it. You take them straight back and that way you start stemming the tide that's coming over here. They won't do it if they know you're going to send them straight back, but that's kind of obvious. Now some might remember last year and even earlier this year we had like 100 a day on average crossing the channel. That is now 400 or 500 per day that are crossing the channel because our government is sticking up an all-welcome sign that's literally bringing these people in their droves. And let's not forget it's winter now, so this shouldn't even be happening, but of course it is because it's the government that we've got. Them 400 and 500 numbers are literally from this week, as we will see. The incentives to come over here are massive like I've said before, so I don't even blame these boat wankers for doing it. I mean, imagine living in some absolute cesspit and here in the UK we'll give you a nice hotel, a bit of money in your pocket and a new mobile phone so you can encourage your whole village to join you in the UK at our expense. And I say imagine because obviously that's exactly what happens almost every single day as we speak. Over they come, the government rolls out the welcome mat and then of course they're phoning up their mates saying it's fucking great over here, why don't you come? Then of course you got more boat wankers floating over the channel on a daily basis. This is clearly what the Tories want, as they have done literally nothing to stop it, claiming it's because of human rights laws and all of that. Yeah, you know, the same human rights laws that they didn't give a flying fuck about this past 20 months, as they literally shat all over yours. Now as for this ferry that's picked up these migrants, I don't much care for the story pumped out by the media, who actually cares at the end of the day? They picked them up and took them back to France, likely because they was just closer to there. I'm glad they took them back, but aside from that, who actually cares? Like I said, the government should have been stopping this last year, and in fact previous governments should have done it many years before. As many of you will know, there was 8,417 crossings last year, which was a record despite this government taking back control, you might remember. But fuck me, the 8,400 crossings last year were absolutely nothing because this year we've got 20,000 already. Yep, it's just the beginning of November and 20,000 have already arrived here, though like I said, they're just the ones they know about. We have 500 illegal immigrant boat wankers just arriving yesterday, with 400 literally the day before that. At this rate, it's over 3,000 a week that they know about. How many of them are making it over here without being caught? And yep, all of this while Priti Patel is literally paying the French more money to stop it, as you know. Yep, your money going to the French despite more and more crossing as time goes on. This is something that the Telegraph have pointed out and are actually saying that the French say they can stop it now because of our 54 million or something like this. I have to say I call complete bullshit on that. It says a further 500 Channel migrants are thought to have reached the UK on Wednesday in small boats from France after Tuesday saw 456 people crossing 15 boats. That takes the total for the year past 20,000 for the first time, more than double the 8,417 crossings in the whole of 2020. It came as it emerged that Priti Patel had paid France the first instalment of 54 million to counter Channel migrants after the French promised to intercept 100% of boats. Which has me saying if you can promise to intercept 100% of boats, then you've been willingly let them go, maybe so you can get a bit more of our money. We know the French are a salty bunch of fuckpigs after all. It says the Home Secretary agreed to release the cash after her French counterpart, some tosspot, confirmed these maritime and police forces could stop all of the migrants if the UK paid the full amount. So once again, going back to what I just said there, they could literally stop this if they want, but they realistically only want our money. And here it says the French have so far managed to intercept fewer than half of the migrants. I'd say it's even fewer than that, maybe 10% at best. In fact, we've had reports of police officers literally standing there watching these fuckers go. This clearly shows though that once again the Tories don't mind wasting your money on something that's probably not gonna help. How many times have we given the French money at this point? And in fact, if this article's anything to be believed, maybe we should start paying ferry companies to take these people back, because they seem to be doing a better job than both Priti Patel, the Border Force, and of course the French. Now guys, before I go, I want to thank you all for watching as always, but remember to check out my BitChute, Odyssey and Rumble accounts that are linked down below, alongside my website and everything else. Also, sharing this video will help the channel out a lot, as YouTube no longer do that. I guess I must have been a naughty boy recently.